Greetings everyone, we will continue our discussion on information retrieval systems. In the previous sessions we have seen about the stemming algorithms. In this we will be going for the last part of your information retrieval systems, that is about Thesaurus constructions. Okay, initially we will be looking at the syllabus part in this session, then we will be looking at the introduction to Thesaurus, and in the next sessions we will be going for how to construct those Thesaurus. So, as a part of this, we will be initially looking about the introduction to Thesaurus construction. What are the various features of Thesauri? That is, what constitute a Thesauri, and the Thesaurus construction. The next, we will be looking at the Thesaurus construction from texts. That is, we will be looking about the manual Thesaurus construction and automatic Thesaurus construction. Then, how to construct Thesaurus for text. And at last, one simple topic called as merging existing Thesaurus. How you can be merging the already existing Thesaurus by creating a new system. So we'll be initially looking about what are the various components which constitute your Thesauri. Then we'll be looking at how to construct a Thesaurus from the scratch, how to do manual Thesaurus construction, then how to perform automatic Thesaurus construction, how this Thesaurus construction can be done for text. And at last we will be looking about how to merge whatever the existing Thesaurus you have for creating a new application. Coming to the introduction part, so as you must be knowing, the Thesauri are valuable structures, okay, for information retrieval systems. Why? Because these Thesaurus can be very much helpful to provide a precise and controlled vocabulary, okay. So the Thesaurus will contain a set of precise and controlled vocabulary which will serve us for document indexing as well as the document retrieval. Okay, so your Thesaurus will be helpful in this manner. First purpose is it will be helpful for you for indexing your document. The second purpose is, so while retrieval also your Thesaurus will be helpful to get you better results compared to if you don't have the Thesaurus. Okay, this will be the main thing, so that is why these are very much important for your information retrieval. In both indexing and retrieval, a Thesaurus may be used to select most appropriate terms. Okay, so whenever you are performing the index as well as retrieval, so while performing index, instead of indexing a different term, you might be indexing a better stem. Okay, so in the previous stemming algorithms also you have seen how your stems can be helpful for you to create compressed indexes. In this also, instead of indexing one term, you can be indexing a smaller stem. So if you are having a Thesaurus, we can be getting a relevant words or more related words which will be helpful for you to perform your indexing better. Why? Because having a smaller indexes will be helpful for you, and having a word which will be more relevant in the index will be helpful for you, as well as while searching or your retrieval. So during the retrieval process also, your Thesaurus will be helpful for you to give relevant results or more similar results. Like that will be helpful for you in both the cases of indexing as well as retrieval. So in both indexing and retrieval, a Thesaurus may be used to select the most appropriate terms. So the most relevant terms and appropriate terms can be selected from your Thesaurus. Okay. Additionally, the Thesaurus can assist the searcher in reformulating the search strategies. So far you might be having some various search strategies you are implementing. So what this Thesaurus will help you is, it will refine your searching. So if you are looking for a particular word, what are the relevant words you might be able to search? Okay, so that type of information will be provided by your Thesaurus. It will be helpful for the searcher, okay, in assisting or reformulating his own search strategies. So what this particular thing, what you are going to learn as a part of this Thesaurus construction methods. That is, you have seen the Thesaurus is very helpful for you in your information retrieval system. So it will be helpful for you both during indexing and also while retrieval process, and also it will be helpful for the searcher to elaborate his search or refine his searching methodologies and techniques. So you can understand that Thesaurus is very much helpful for your information retrieval system, both at the database side as well as at the user side. At the database side, while indexing you can refer your thesaurus and build a better index. At the user side, the user can be provided with better results by you referring the thesaurus, or the searching person can also refine his searching methodologies based upon your thesaurus values. Okay, so you can understand that the thesaurus is very much important in your information retrieval system. So we are going to learn the first. We'll be initially looking at what are the various features of your thesaurus. Before looking at what are the various features of thesaurus, we will be looking at what is a thesaurus and how it will be basically present, and then we will be looking at the important features of your thesaurus, and next we will be looking at the manual thesaurus construction process and also the automatic thesaurus construction process, and how this thesaurus construction process can be performed on text data, and at last we will be looking at how to merge various thesaurus or existing thesaurus. So all these parts will be looking, all these things will be looking about in this thing. So coming to the introduction part about your thesaurus, what is basic thesaurus and what you have to know about this particular thing. So in information retrieval system, okay, thesaurus is used to retrieve potentially relevant documents. Excuse me. Okay. So in information retrieval system, the thesaurus will be used to retrieve potentially relevant documents from large collections. Okay, and the thesaurus will serve to coordinate the basic process of indexing and document retrieval. As I already told you, it will be helpful for you in indexing and document retrieval. So what will your thesaurus will be helpful for you is, it will be helpful for you during the indexing part, and also it will be helpful for you during the retrieval part. At both the parts, it will be helpful for an information retrieval system to retrieve potentially relevant documents, okay, and also to index those relevant documents. Okay, that is the place where you are going to implement your thesaurus. In indexing, a representation of the document or a clear representation of the document is derived. Okay, by using thesaurus we will be getting a clear representation of the document, and while retrieval refers to the search process by which relevant items are identified. So during the indexing part, you will be getting a clear index by using the thesaurus. While searching or the retrieval process, the searcher will get the search process will be retrieving more effective relevant documents from your information retrieval system. So this is the two places where you are going to have this thesaurus implementation. Okay, so what is thesaurus? As I told you, those are the advantages of your thesaurus constructions in your information retrieval system. What is thesaurus basically? The information retrieval thesaurus typically contains list of terms where a term is either a single word or a phrase along with the relationship between the terms. So a thesaurus will be just like a list of words. Okay, there will be like a list of words, and this list of words can be a single word or it can be a phrase or a list of, or a set of words. Each and every word can be treated as a term in your thesaurus. Okay, but remember, a single word can be a part of the thesaurus or a phrase can be part of the thesaurus. Okay, so it will be containing a list of terms. Okay, the term can be either a single word or a phrase, and this will be having relationship between the terms. There will be relationship between the terms. Having a list of terms and the relationship between the terms is what your thesaurus contains. Okay, so your terms can be single words or phrases, and relationship between those terms is what you will be having as a part of thesaurus. So I think you have seen already some parts in your whatever applications you might be using in your Google or other systems. Okay, thesaurus will be used in many applications. If you are searching for synonyms in your word, you will be getting thesaurus usage. Even if you are trying to implement many applications, it might be helpful for you if you use your thesaurus in your application, where you will be getting relevant documents more easily. Okay, so but basically Thesaurus is a list of words in your file, okay, where you'll be having the list of words as well as the relationship between those words. That will be your Thesaurus. It provides a common, precise and controlled vocabulary, so the words will be part of your vocabulary, which will assist in your indexing as well as retrieval. Okay, so your particular Thesaurus will be helpful for you during the indexing as well as the retrieval process. So given this objective, it is clear that Thesaurus are designed for specific subject areas and are therefore domain dependent. So whatever the Thesaurus you are trying to construct will be more dependent on the vocabulary. Okay, when you are depending upon the vocabulary will be more dependent on the application or the domain which you are implementing. So the Thesaurus implementations will be more on the domain dependence. Okay, which type of domain you are implementing, so those type of domain will be having those type of words. Okay, so if you are implementing English, the English Thesaurus will be having English words. So in the similar manner, each and every subject area what you are implementing, your Thesaurus construction also will be dependent upon those subject area. For each and every subject area we can be having a different Thesaurus. Okay, so the objective is you have to create a Thesaurus which will be dependent on whatever the application you are implementing. That application will be related to one of the subject area or domain area. Okay, so whatever the words which part of the domain will be part of your Thesaurus. Okay, so this is a short extract from your alphabetic listing of Thesaurus terms and their relationship in Inspect Thesaurus. So this is the system which you are trying, Inspect. Okay, this contains one Inspect system. Inspect IRS system will contain the Thesaurus. This is a short outline what it does contain. Okay, it is containing the word, and there are some terms, that is USC, UF, BT, TT, RT, CC, FC. These are various words related to those terms. And you are having one more term here, computer aided instruction. You are having word cesium. Okay, so these two are words which are part of your Inspect system. Okay, you are having cesium word and you are having computer aided instruction. Okay, so excuse me, you are having cesium word and you are having computer aided instruction, but for that particular cesium word you are having some properties, and for the computer aided instruction we are having some properties. C also, UF, BT, TT, RT and also CC and FC. So this is a outline of one part of your Inspect Thesaurus, and it contains words and it contains how those words will be related. So we will be looking about what is these things one by one. So this Thesaurus is designed for your Inspect domain. So this will contain, which covers physics, electrical engineering, electronics as well as computers and control. So your Inspect system will contain these related words. Okay, it will not contain other words, it will contain these related words, that is they will cover physics words, electronical engineering words as well as computer and control words. Okay, so this is the domain in which you are implementing the Inspect domain. And the Thesaurus is logically organized as a set of hierarchies, that is the words will be present as a set of hierarchies. Okay, so there will be a relationship between one word and another word. In addition to this hierarchical arrangement, okay, the printed Inspect Thesaurus also includes an alphabetical listing of Thesaurus domain terms. Okay, so what we will be having is, we will be having alphabetical listing of your complete terms in your Thesaurus, Inspect Thesaurus. So what you have to understand is, you will be having the printed Inspect Thesaurus, whatever you are having. So the printed Inspect Thesaurus contains all the list of terms which are present in the Thesaurus. Okay, they will be present in this manner, that is one term, second term, third term, like this. Will be having the complete list of possible words which are present in the Thesaurus in the system. All those words will be present in Thesaurus and they will be having in this manner. So this is the complete list. This list is organized hierarchically in this manner based upon the relationship between terms. Okay, if your CCM word and computer aided instruction is related in some manner, it will be present in one hierarchy like this. So all the words which are present as a part of this inspect thesaurus will be organized in hierarchical fashion, and they will be organized, but you are having a printed statement like this to reference. Okay, usually they are present in hierarchical reference, but you are having a printed statement which will be having in this manner. So we will be looking about this organization. Each hierarchy is built from the root term representing a high level concept in the domain. So we will be, as I told you, we will be having one term at each and every level. Okay, this is one, this is term 1, this is term 2, like this. We will be having hierarchical representation in this manner. Okay, where the root term will be having the high level concept in the domain. For example, this is the inspect domain. I can take inspect word as the root domain. Sorry, the inspect word as the root word. Why? Because it will be the highest concept present in that particular domain. Okay, in a similar manner, based upon the application which you are implementing, you can be having a one root which is the highest concept, and the related roots will be coming down as your concepts reduce. Okay, next. So in the figure, computer aided instruction is a part of the hierarchy whose root node or the top term is computer applications. So as you have seen, you are having computer aided instruction word. This computer aided instruction word is computer aided instruction word. So this is part of the hierarchy of computer applications. Okay, computer applications. So for this, the root node is computer applications. In the similar manner, you can be having any levels based upon the concept which you are implementing. Okay, they will be organized in this manner. So the next one, for this particular word, there is also a C also link which leads to cost reference thesaurus terms. Okay, when I get this particular word for either searching or indexing, you can also refer education word. Okay, computer aided education, computer aided instruction word. When I try to find that particular word, if I am searching for a particular word called as computer aided instruction, okay, I can also refer education term in the particular database. This is what the C also link refers. So for each and every word we are having these terms. So for computer aided instruction or any other term, C also means we can also refer these terms in the thesaurus. Okay, if there is a query for this particular term, we can also refer education word also in the thesaurus. That is the meaning of C also. In a similar sense, we are having NT. Okay, NT which suggests a more specific thesaurical term. Okay, if you are having, there is no NT in this word. Why? Because the computer aided education is the specific term. Okay, so your NT means if there is a, okay, we will be having NT like this. NT means more specific thesaurical term. If there is a something called as consulting, okay, more specific word, that is consult, can be present as NT. Okay, more specific word, that is consult, can be present as NT in the description. In a similar manner, BT provides more general thesaurical term. Here if you see BT, educational computing. So for this word, educational computing is the more general term. RT signifies a related term, and this relationship includes a variety of links such as part, whole, object, property. So you are having RT. RT are the related words to this computer aided education. Sorry, computer aided instruction. So that is education, teaching. These are RT terms, that is the related terms of this particular term. So it signifies related term, and their relationships include variety of links like part or whole. Okay, So this particular thing is part of education. This particular thing is part of teaching. So like this part of whole. Okay, we can be having various relationship between these terms and the related terms. So that is why you'll be having the RT link, and you have UF link used to indicate the chosen form from a set of alternatives. Okay, so teaching machine. So this is a chosen form from a set of alternatives. From a set of alternatives, you can be choosing this also. This is another alternative for your terms. So like this, you'll be having the various links for each and every term. The converse of UF is your USC. So the converse of UF, the UF is the related term. Okay, the converse is the USC. Okay, USC which takes the user of a form that is not part of the vocabulary to a valid alternative. Okay, so if this is not part of the vocabulary, this will use cesium word. Okay, so if a particular word is coming, instead of this word we can be using this particular word. So this is an alternative term. So this is not part of the vocabulary, but you are going to take a valid alternative. So the example shows the cesium is the preferred over cesium. Okay, so this word is preferred over this particular word. This word is preferred over this word. So that is what the meaning of use is. And CC, FC, the last parts you are having CC and FC. CC, FC are from your inspect classification. The inspect Thesaurus has some classification to identify the words which are represented to one's particular subdomain. So the particular classification schema and indicate the subject area in which the term is used. Okay, these two things are different. Where you are going, if this inspect is a one's big domain, in which subdomain we are having this particular words. In which subdomain we are having this particular words. So that will be represented by your CC and FC. So they will tell the classification and the subdomain in which these particular words are present. Okay, so your inspect is one large domain. In that particular large domain, you might be having electrical engineering terms, you can be having computer and control system terms. Like this, you might be having large number of terms. So in that particular domain, you can break down that domain into subdomains. So we can identify the subdomains by using one of these terms. So to which subdomain a particular term is present or related. So we are going to represent it by using these two links. So these are the things which are present for each and every Thesaurus term in your inspect domain or inspect system. So for each in your inspect system, as you can understand, you will be having a list of terms, and for each and every term there will be a set of links. Okay, those links will be implemented for various purposes. One is for alternative names, one is for related terms, other for finding out the classification. Each and everything has some information regarding this particular term. Okay, so these terms are organized in a hierarchical fashion, and they has a hierarchical fashion means they will be present as terms in your trees. Okay, one will be represented by node, and the parent node will be usually, or the root node will be usually a high level concept. This is how your complete Thesaurus will be present in an inspect domain. Okay. Now, how your particular Thesaurus will be helpful? A carefully designed Thesaurus can be of a great value. The indexer is typically instructed to select most appropriate thesaurical entries for representing the document. So while performing the index, okay, your Thesaurus will be helpful for you to select the most appropriate thesaurical entries. So we will be having a valid Thesaurus already. From those Thesaurus, we will be selecting particular entries which are valid for a index. Next, in searching, the user can employ the Thesaurus to design most appropriate searching strategy. While performing searching also, the user can use one of, he can modify your searching strategy based upon the Thesaurus usage. And if the search does not retrieve enough documents, if your search is not retrieving enough documents, the Thesaurus can be used to expand the query by following various links between the terms. Okay, if your basic term is not giving enough results, you can use the alternative words are related words which can be giving you better results out of your information retrieval system for the query. So this is how your Thesaurus can be helpful for you while indexing, to give you better indexing terms, while searching to give you the related terms and the related search entries. So that is how your Thesaurus can be helpful for you. Okay, similarly, if the search retrieves too many items, if your search is retrieving too many items, the Thesaurus can suggest more specific search vocabulary. As you have seen in the previous example as well, there will be links for specific words as well. There will be links for specific words as well. You are having link by using your TT, your links for your BT, where you are having specific words. So those specific words can be helpful for you to reduce the size of your search. If your search is retrieving too many documents at that time, instead of using the specific more general search term, we can be using the more specific search term. In this way, the Thesaurus can be valuable for reformulating your search strategies. So you can use all these things of your Thesaurus and help you to create a better index and perform searching strategies better. Okay, so in the next session we will be looking about how this particular Thesaurus will be present and what are the various features which affects the creation of your Thesaurus. As you have seen, so you will be having a Thesaurus, means the Thesaurus will contain a sequence of terms and that each term will be having a certain links. Those links will be presented for you to retrieve relevant terms or equivalent terms or synonyms like those. Okay, and they will be helpful for you during the indexing and retrieval process. And in the next session we will be looking about how this Thesaurus will be present and what are the various properties of this Thesaurus and what are the features of the Thesaurus you are having in your system. Okay, we will be looking about all those things in the next session. Thank you.